gospel of the kingdom to who? To those who are lost. We bring the healing to who? To those who are sick. And we bring deliverance to who? To those who have demons. Salvation is forgiveness of sins. It's healing of our diseases, and it's deliverance from our demons. Look to Jesus for your healing today. Don't wait until you die and then the sickness will be over. Don't wait for the medical industry to find a new cure. Today the cure can be found in the name of Jesus. Cancer, be it, whatever tumor, arthritis, Jesus Christ is the healer. He can save your body by healing your body today. He can.
All right, first and foremost, I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakaha, Kodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of GMS who I learned from. Shalom to the hopeful light, preaching His word in truth, sincerity. To you, to you sisters out there learning in silence and staying in order, I say to you all, Shalom. Right? So I saw this video. This video says, what is salvation? Right? This man is talking about salvation for all, right, who has sinned. But when we look at sin, right? When you look at Amos chapter 3, verse 2, it says, you only have I known of all the families of the earth. Therefore, I will punish you for all your iniquities, right? And iniquity goes into sin, right? Because the sin is the transgression of the law, right? Let me get that actually. This is James chapter 2, verse 9. But if ye have Salaki, this is not, 10. For whosoever shall keep the whole law and yet, wait, Salaki, this is not what I'm looking for. I thought it was in James 2. Salaki, give me 1 second. It's 1 John 3 and 4. Whosoever committeth sin transgresseth also the law, for sin is the transgression of the law, right? And the law was only given to Israel. Right? So what is salvation? Look at Matthew's chapter 1 and 21. I think it's 21. It says, and she shall bring forth a son, and thou shalt call his name Yahweh Shai, which means his salvation, right? For he shall save his people from their sins, right? And when you look at what the gospel is, which means good news, is only given to Israel, right? When he reads, when Yahweh Shai picks up the book of Isaiah in Luke chapter 4, I believe it's 16, let's see. And he taught in their synagogues, being glorified of all. And he came to Nazareth, where he had been brought up, and as his custom was, he went into the synagogue unto the Sabbath day, and stood up for to read. And there was delivered unto him the book of the prophet Isaiah. And when he had opened the book, he found the place where it was written. And he said, the Spirit of the Lord is upon me, because he has anointed me to preach the gospel to the poor. He has sent me to heal the brokenhearted, to preach deliverance to the captives, and recovering the sight of the blind, to set at liberty them that are bruised, to preach the acceptable year of the Lord. See, and who is that for? Who is he sent for? Right? When we read Matthew chapter 15 and 24, it says, but he answered and said, I am not sent but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel. That's who he was sent for, to send the good news from. And he was reading out of the prophet Isaiah chapter 61, right? Starting at verse 1. But we're gonna probably go down to the point, right? We're gonna show you that in verse 1, this is where he was reading from, right? Verse 2 says to proclaim the acceptable year of the Lord, like he said. Right? And when you read verse 3, it shatters everything. It says, to appoint unto them that mourn in Zion. You see? right? And that's another word for Israel, to give unto them beauty for ashes, the oil of joy for mourning, the garment of praise for the spirit of heaviness, that they might be called trees of righteousness, the planting of the Lord, that he might be glorified. That's what salvation is, man, to be saved from the hand of your enemies, right? And from God's wrath, which is these missiles, the ICBM missiles, right? When we read in Luke chapter 1 and 68, right, it says, blessed be the Lord of God of Israel, for he has visited and redeemed his people, and has raised up a horn of salvation for us in the house of his servant David, as he spake by the mouth of his holy prophet, which have been since the world began, that we should be saved from our enemies and from the hand of all that hate us. Right? Not only that, the Lord made those enemies to hate us. Right? According to Deuteronomy 28, we went off and we had to serve these enemies because we went off, right? The Lord did that to us, and we're trying to escape that, right? To be delivered from the hands of our enemy, which basically the hand of the Lord, who put us in these captivities and is going to utterly destroy the rest of the world through fire, right? That's what we want to be saved from, right? From this kind of judgment right here. It says, for by fire and by his sword will the Lord plead with all flesh, and the slain of the Lord shall be many. They that sanctify themselves and purify themselves in the gardens behind one tree in the midst, eating swine's flesh, and the abomination and the mouse shall be consumed together, said the Lord. Right? This is what we're trying to be saved out of, man. I mean, I pray this lesson was edifying. I ain't gonna go too hard. This is, real easy things to, dispute what Christians believe. Right? I'm not trying to give you too much on your plate. Hopefully y'all digest this properly. I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah, HaKodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of GMS who I learned from. And shalom to the hopeful elect preaching this word in truth and sincerity. To you ribs, to you sisters out there learning in silence and staying in order, I say to you all, shalom.